financial solutions to money, relationships, wellness, and more. Shine a light onto your day and into your life. Power Your Life with Dr. Joanne White.
Welcome to Power Your Life. I'm Joanne White, your host, and today is the day that we salute and honor all American veterans, those still with us and those who've lost their lives. On this Veterans Day, we're dedicating our entire show to all veterans for their commitment, their courage, and their loyal service to our country and to us. My first guests are two women veterans who are giving back by helping support other veterans and military families. Vicki Curtis is a U.S. Navy veteran and Tiffany Johnson is a U.S. Air Force veteran, and both are with an organization called Women's Veterans Rock. Welcome so much, Tiffany. And Vicki, how are you?
Great.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Women veterans. Firstly, we don't even think that women have been so involved in the military, but you just told us a startling statistic about women.
According to the National Women's Memorial, 2.5 million women veterans since the American Revolution.
That's astounding because, like I said, we don't think about that. So women veterans, more women are serving and more women are coming out of the military. What happens when a woman comes out of the military? What's going on with her?
Well, I can speak from my own experience. I've been out of active duty military since 2009, and so when I made the transition coming out of active duty, it was actually difficult. Mm-hmm. There's some things that, I had encountered. I wasn't aware of all the resources and everything that were available to me. So you kind of might get lost for a little bit, but there are resources out there for all veterans, and then especially women veterans, and so I was able to get back on track.
And that's why the two of you are involved in Women Veterans Rock. So what is this organization doing? And it's not just local, it's moving all across the country. What is this organization doing to help women? There's a motto, you said?
We're a coalition of women veterans organizations and women's advocacy organizations supporting women, veterans, and military families in the areas of housing, right, employment, education, financial stability, and health and wellness. And we do this through our mission. Our mission is to network with and partner with government agencies and veteran service organizations, nonprofits, business, civic, and community-based organizations.
So basically what you're doing is you're kind of helping women move through these different organizations, contacting these different organizations, governmental and other, to help the women get the support that they need.
Yes.
Why do they need so much support when they're coming out of the military? What happens when they're coming from military to civilian life?
Well, one of the things that you encounter, like for example, you've been trained to do a certain job and live a certain kind of way for how many years? When you're on active duty, you're on call 24/7. So that's one of the things that is different about civilian life. You're not on call, it's not service before self, and so you kind of encounter things that maybe you got pushed aside while you're on active duty. And so it's just helpful to have resources or services that can help you through that transition.
So there is, like you're talking about, there is a transition that women, not only women, but men go through, because you have to be on, like you said, you have to be ready for whatever combat or whatever you need to do, and you come back to civilian life, but we're finding, and you were talking about some incredible statistics, when women come out of the military, what's happening to them?
The University of Southern California did a survey of 1,850 veterans.
Right.
And actually, it's military.
Right.
And they feel that since LA County has the largest group
right,
of veterans in it, that is pretty representative of the nation. Okay. So in the study, they found out that no one organization can provide all the needs
right,
to veterans when they transition out. Okay, but military, 80% of military members that are discharging don't have a job to come back to. That's huge.
That's astounding. That really
Okay.
is astounding.
40%.
And they have families
Yeah.
too. So right.
And I found this really difficult to believe too, but you know, it's shocking, and this is why we have so much homelessness. 40% don't have arrangements for permanent housing.
So something's got to change. I know your organization is doing that, but what do we need to do as, I guess, as a country in terms of that mindset to be prepared for this, to make sure that when women and men who are serving and supporting us are coming out and that their lives have some stability? What do you suggest?
I work for the Employment Service of Pennsylvania, and I'm in a VA, so I see a lot of returning veterans and also veterans from other
Right.
wars and time periods. And what do we need to do? We need jobs. We need organizations to network together, like Women Veterans Rock is doing, and you know, provide those support services for transitioning military. Now, the military does a transition assistance program
Right.
for service members that are coming out. But, you know, it's different when you're there, you know, and you haven't planned enough. And 50% of returning military either have physical or mental health issues on top of everything else. So they need care at the VA hospital.
Right. So not only do they need care, they maybe medical attention, but they need the support. They need a whole lot of array of services that they're not getting. So I love what you guys are doing because, and we're going to be back in a few minutes, but it's important because your outreach is not only to the women, but to contact employers and other organizations to make sure that women are getting what they need when they come out. And we'll be right back to find out more because Women Rock and Women's Veterans Organization, you do rock and you're doing great service.
Thank you.
So more with Vicki Curtis and Tiffany Johnson from Women's Veterans Rock when Power Your Life returns.